Glasshouse Fragrances was started by Nicole Eccles in 2006 and has grown into quite an impressive operation. Despite many imitators, Glasshouse continues to dominate their niche and all their collections are still made right here in Australia. KBB's Alex Brophy caught up with Nicole and Managing Director Kate Stevenson to see how they built up their rock-solid brand.
And Nicole, you've established a terrific distribution chain, shops all over Australia stocking your products now. How did that first get started?
I was new to Australia, so I read a lot of magazines to look at which shops were sort of opinion leading and were well respected. And then I would ring them and say, are you interested in seeing this amazing new product? There's nothing like it. And they'd say yes, and we'd just send a box of product over. So it sort of just blossomed that way. It was very organic.
And Kate, on the manufacturing side of things, how do you maintain those really exacting quality standards?
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. So quality control is paramount. We're building a brand, we're building equity in the business. It involves every single person in the team keeping their eye on every element of quality control every single day. We live it, we breathe it, we check it, we pick it up, we check it again, we check it again. Nothing goes out the door unless it's perfect. That can be costly, but it pays off.
The business is growing quite quickly now. How have you sort of managed that growth?
The business is now more complex than it ever was, but we're trying to retain this sense of being small and being nimble and being entrepreneurial in an environment that has to be increasingly more corporate because of the customers that we're working with and our business partners. Fast growth is difficult. We have to prioritise everything we do. The other thing that we've really tried to do is try to focus on process and establishing process, because otherwise it's very easy to run in a lot of different directions and actually I guess under-deliver in many ways from where we want to be.
Is international expansion on the cards?
Absolutely. We already have a distributor in Korea. We're talking to several others. It's just a matter of time when we could actually service them. And it wasn't just supplying product. We could have done that years ago. It was mapping out the market to make sure when you do go into a new market, you're doing it in the way that will propel that brand and to get that market share.
We've quite deliberately really wanted to focus on our core business partners in Australia, really focus on the brand, build the brand, and make sure that we were ready for export at the right time.
So Nicole, your first business has been an absolute smash hit. What's your advice for other small businesses?
Looking after your team, the leadership, the people, that is the most important thing. Making sure you differentiate what you're doing from others, whether it's through your service, whether it's through your product. Find a way to stand out. Do not compromise on the quality of whatever it is you're doing, because the reason that you're able to gain that market share is because you're doing something people love, and you have to stay true to that.
Anything to add there, Kate?
I think from very early on you need great, solid financial advice. Fast-growing businesses chew up a lot of cash. The future is always uncertain in a small business, and it's about having a plan to try and make the future a little bit more certain and laying the foundations and bringing the right people on to help you get there.
It's a terrific business, guys. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
They certainly nailed that local marketing approach early on, reading magazines to find opinion-leading shops and sending boxes of product over to test out. Of course, never taking no for an answer has helped as well. As the business has grown, they've looked after their team, continued to differentiate and not compromised on quality. It's a really solid lead for all of us to take it.